What's up? It's Allie. Welcome back to the Take 2 stream series thing. Whatever. Wait, let me get myself set up here. Wait. I gotta stretch out the string and center that chat so I can see it. There we go. There we go. I gotta resize this thing. Alright. I had posted the vote thing like 15 minutes before the stream. Well, no, it was more like an hour. But I concluded the voting like 15 minutes before the stream. And against all odds, everyone picked Shiro. I want to say it was 6 actual votes, and 4 of them were for Yuri, and like 2 of them were for Monica. And then I had to post a comment that people could like to vote for Shiro, and 9 people liked it. So I'm like, okay, I guess we Shiro then. Let's see. We just need to keep an eye out for forgive in like the first handful of words though. So let's not forget about that. Also, everyone. Yeah, everyone. Hehe. Journey together. This is funny to me because I started collecting Pokemon cards again. But let's see. I think reward is actually a Shiro word. Let's find out. Yeah, it is. It's him. Retro, that's totally him. Summon, yeah. There you go. Rogue, Barbarian, kind of just like fantasy classes. I think he'll jump for adventure, but it's a Yuri word. Oh, nope, it's a Sayori word, but he did jump. Let's see. Nerd, yeah. Oh, there's forgive. It's too late, forgive. We'll catch it one of these times. Or maybe not. Maybe we'll just have to force it. I think drop. I think drop is like a beat drop, and that's why it's her word. So I'm not going to click it. But I'm pretty sure he would also jump for it once because it's like gaming lingo, you know. It's like, oh, drops and stuff. I want to say isolation is Monica. I don't think any of these are actually Shiro words. I always imagine Shiro making a TRPG character using the stats of a physical tank, but insisting on building a wizard with those stats. That could be fun. That sounds like something he might do. Let me go with variable. Yeah, oh no, that was his word. I wasn't sure if it would be his or Monica's, but he is more on like the coding side of things. Let's see. Once again, I don't think we have any Shiro words here. I did make like plenty of them. It just didn't work out that way. I was gonna say, sweet. Where are they all going? Oh no. Your words, dude. Where are they? I guess I'll pick headphones. No, he didn't even like that one. See, even I get it wrong sometimes. It's been a long time since I did a Shiro route myself. Blob is him. I considered making Blob a word where it changes all the chibis into like how I would draw them, but I never got around to that, and I don't think it would be worth it. Then again, it could be funny. Who knows? It's not like it takes me long to draw characters of that particular variety. I guess it's more like it would be out of place. Warlock, that's a him move. Or move? Word. Whatever. Business is him too, actually. The reason why is because originally I was going to try to get like a remix of Porky Means Business as his battle theme in Act 7, but that ended up not panning out. So, but it's just kind of lingering there, and there are still like some aspects of his inspiration within Porky from Earthbound. So there you go. Oh yeah, God, that's totally him. Not a concerning word for him to jump for either. Don't you worry about that. I think treasure's him too. Oh no, I guess treasure was a vanilla word and I just forgot. Have we even got a Shiro word? I guess, or Shiro poem so far. I'm gonna have to reload if I messed this up. Oh, loot's gonna be him. And glasses. And grandeur. Yeah, another totally unconcerning word for him. Alright, skip. This will probably go a lot faster from here on out because we can bypass all these scenes we already saw. Who doesn't enjoy researching the Norse and Greek gods, after all? Yeah, there's all kinds of gods. It doesn't have to mean like he wants to be one or something, haha. Seeing Shiro on his laptop, I can't help but wonder what he might be working on. It couldn't hurt to make a new member feel involved, so I head over to say hello. He's having a little chat with Tiffany when I walk up.
Oh, never been that great with computers. I'm more of a gamer than a tech nerd.
I'm the other way around, but I appreciate plenty of good games. Hi guys, how's it going?
Hey, yo, Allie.
Sup, dude? We were discussing the finer points of interactive media.
Shiro was just telling me about how being a hobbyist game designer.
Game design? That's pretty cool. But it's probably really complicated too, huh? It's only as complex as you make it out to be. It all depends on the scope of your project.
I'd have to keep it real simple if I wanted to get anywhere.
Look, it's not like you have to code everything from scratch. There are tons of engines, tools, and resources that make game creation way easier. Like Renpai.
Fair enough, but I think I'll stick to playing, thanks. And if you'll pardon me, I have a little something I want to work on today.
Oh yeah? What might that be?
A song, of course. See you around.
So, have you published any games before? I wish I could say that I have. There are a couple big projects I'm working on. But I have so many ideas, it's hard to keep all of them shelved at once. Sometimes it's too tempting to just add them into what I am already making. I probably would have finished a game by now if I'd only focused. That's no big deal. Hobbies are supposed to be fun, right? Yes, they are, but it'd be nice to get that sense of accomplishment for once. What are you working on now? I thought you'd never ask. I have two big projects I try to devote my spare time to. One is an RPG and the other is a visual novel. Interesting. Tell me about the order doesn't really matter, but I guess I can let you guys pick. What should we talk about, guys? You talk about both of them eventually, so it's like the order, it's just kind of arbitrary. Pick one. Someone. I know you need like 30 seconds of stream delay or whatever, but it's fine. I'm willing to wait. Why do I do this to you? Questions that will never be answered. I'm making RPG jokes, so alright, good enough. I'll take that as a vote for RPG. I'm having lots of fun with it. I've always been a huge fan of RPGs. I tend to like retro ones better, and they've influenced my design philosophy the most. I'm trying to make a game that breaks the mold, one that you'd recognize as an RPG, but still having its own identity. How so? That sounds tricky. By tinkering with the core mechanics. It's centered around battles, as RPGs often are, but I'm throwing out conventions like XP and MP for the sake of in-depth combat. Hold on, if there's no experience to gain, then what's the point of fighting? Simple. There's no option to flee. Battles are infrequent, and some can be evaded, but they're inescapable. You also fully heal between fights, so each one is an individual challenge. Okay, and the MP thing? Wouldn't you just spam your strongest spells in that case? Not when their power is balanced against your regular attacks. You have to use what's most effective. This places emphasis on learning your enemy's weaknesses and making good tactical choices. Doesn't that sound a lot more compelling than grinding 10 levels and saving your MP for the boss? I guess it could work. I'm hardly an expert. Who needs XP when you can gather stickers? Sure! What about the other one? VN? So is that a sticker star reference you're making there, AG? Because, like, what? I'm focusing on my writing for that. Core gameplay is mostly just clicking as usual. On the outside, it seems like a normal anime dating sim. A cast of cute girls, routes to follow, etc. Hey, hi. Hello, Josh Patterson. Thanks for stopping by. I feel like last time you were a little late to the stream, and now you're like on time. Hooray! But the way it plays out, your decisions can affect your relationship with everyone, not just the person you're going for. Maybe... no. So, what are you referring to, man? The characters also hide their depth behind a lot of common anime tropes and cliches. For example, you go after the tsundere girl and find out why she's so defensive all the time. Okay, that's pretty interesting. So they feel more like real people, right? Exactly. Where so many of these games go wrong is in how totally unrealistic they are. You get the same stock cast of characters, go on a few dates, and get an H scene if you're lucky. I think something more sensible and down to earth will be more relatable. Okay, yes, sticker star reference. The only other thing I could have guessed was maybe, like, Smash Bros. Brawl, Because, like, you got stickers in that game, and you could stick them to the bottoms of your character's trophies in Subspace Emissary to get, like, bonuses that way, and it was kind of, sort of, RPG-like in that regard, but not really. I feel like they handled that a lot better in Ultimate, that kind of gameplay thing. I'd agree to that. Some VNs are so lovey-dovey, it's like everything is sunshine and roses.
Yep, the ones I remember are those that do things differently. And as you may expect, that's what I'm trying to do with mine. But the real kicker is this. For all the choices you make in the game, none of them matter in the end.
Hallie, I've never in my 21 years on this earth heard or even seen the word mammalian. Well, it refers to mammals. Mammal, like him. He's mammalian.
Regardless of your route, some outcomes can't be avoided. What do you think of that?
Huh, sounds like it could be kind of frustrating.
It's meant to be subversive. Another common aspect of VNs is just saving and loading to get a better result. I want the player to realize their actions have consequences, and that sometimes there's no right answer.
That would probably upset a lot of people, but it'd definitely be unique.
Anyway, that's what I have going on now, or for now.
You also have a bunch of little side projects. So, like, I feel like it's pretty obvious. The RPG stuff is all referring to, like, how Act 7 is designed. It right down to, like, how the battles work and everything. It's just blow by blow. That's Act 7. And the other thing, the visual novel, most of it applies to, like, DDLC, but some lines don't quite match up with exactly how it works. But yeah, you know, I feel like, I don't know if there's a whole lot to say about that, really.
But I'm trying to ignore them. It's time-consuming enough to make one game.
I believe it. I can't even imagine the hours you have to sink.
You don't want to know, trust me. Now that I'm in a club, my time is even more divided, though I can still do some work here. If I'm not too distracted, that is.
If I'm bugging you, I can leave you alone.
Oops, that isn't what I meant. Don't worry, you're fine, Hallie. But come to think of it, I did want to ask you, how much do you know about Yuri?
Did you just make that word because I know what mammals are, but I have never seen Ian's being attached to the end of that word. I'm pretty sure it's a word. Like, I don't think my Mozilla Firefox can check it doesn't like do spell checks on YouTube for some reason, which annoys me to no end, because like sometimes I'm writing a title for a video and then I don't know if it's spelled right, and then I have to go to Google to find out because the browser won't just tell me with red squiggles or something. But no, I've heard the word mammalian before. It refers to things of is it a genus? I don't actually remember. It's been too long since science class. It's a mammalian thing, Sandy Cheeks. I wouldn't put it past her. I would honestly believe that. Yuri, not a lot to be honest. I just met her last week.
Okay, but you must have some idea about her, right? You've been in the club together for a little while at least. So yeah, just tell me whatever you got.
Well, she's bookish. Extremely bookish.
Alright, anything that isn't obvious.
She enjoys fantasy novels, but also likes horror.
I see. Go on.
She's really big on tea. I think it's her favorite drink.
That I didn't know. Anything else?
Sorry, that's all I got. How much MC is able to tell him about Yuri actually depends on how much time you spent with her in Act 1. So since we didn't do any of her exclusive scenes, this is kind of all he can tell her. Or no, he can tell him right now.
Okay.
She's quiet and shy, so it's kind of tough to learn about her.
I hear ya. Thanks for the info.
Before the conversation can continue, Monica speaks up to get the group's attention.
Okay, everyone.
And we can skip all that because we saw this part. It really does go so much faster once all the intermediate scenes have gone by. I feel like it's both a strength and a weakness of Take-Two, because like that way the routes don't overstay their welcome, but at the same time, I feel like the pacing is maybe a little better whenever the insert scenes are there. Let's see. Are there any dialogue changes in Act 7? Sometimes. Like, Act 7 is ultimately going to be linear, like, to a degree. And some of the things you chose to do in Act 5 may affect dialogue here and there, but it's not going to be very substantial, I would say, because so much of it is just like the plot carrying on as it would.
Well, I saw you hanging out with Shiro today. How did that go?
He seems like an okay guy. He told me about a couple of his game design projects.
He maybe makes video games.
Certain types, at least.
Wow, that's awesome. What sort of stuff has he made?
He hasn't finished anything yet, but he told me about the two he's working on. One is an RPG and the other's a visual novel.
Okay. I remember he said those kinds of his favorites. Oh, was there anything else he talked about?
He asked about Yuri, but that was all.
Yuri? Why do you want to know about her?
Beats me.
Well, it was nice of you to spend some time with him. It's good to make everyone feel welcome in the club.
Yes, indeed. I just wish I had more time for all of them.
One day at a time, Hallie. See you tomorrow.
Alright, moving on. Aegis. That's a Shiro word. Let's see. I think he'll jump once for fantasy, but that's a Yuri word. I'm very confident. Route is going to be Monica. Sword would be him. Swords and shields and stuff. Let's see. Sorcerer. Yeah. I can't remember if clever is him or not. I can't remember if it's a canon word or not. Let's see if oh, demon. There you go. Let's see. You've played many DLC mods throughout the years. So are there any tropes or whatever that you don't like? So many. Fan and foul mouth Nazi is the one I hate the most, if you can really call that a trope. But like, just the Flanderization of the Dokis in general is really irritating to me. I do my best to keep them as they are because I like them as they are. And like MC making breakfast, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if those really count as tropes. Maybe they've happened so often they become tropes. Is that basically the idea of tropes? Looking. I need to find a word for this guy. I don't think any of these are him. I'm picking Uncanny. He still jumped. Yay! Let's see. Oh, yeah, bad. Wizard. There you go. How about was Edit him? I think Edit is him. Nope, that one's Monica. Looking. Art imitates life, and life imitates art, and artists imitate artists, and artists imitate art, and artists imitate. It's an Ouroboros. That's the conclusion I've come to. Let's see. I don't think any of these are him either. None of these words. I'll go with meta. There, he jumped once. How about rot? Yeah, that's a him word. Do we know why? Yeah, maybe not yet. Let's see. I think legend is him. Yeah. Oh, there's loot again. Oh, everyone. Yep, there's a business again. How about medieval? Not sure any of these are specifically him words. What types of mods do you like to play? Like some mods are choice-based, some are just for comedy, some are for drama, etc., etc. Well, I like mods with good stories, but they're kind of hard to come by. Because, like, well, I don't know. I guess it's not really fair to say they're hard to come by. Like, everybody has different tastes in terms of stories, and, like, there have been some that have really surprised me with how much I liked them, like Night Rain, even though it was, like, noticeably off in certain ways, it was still really enjoyable, like, intriguing. Choice-based mods tend to annoy me as a Let's Player because, like, I want to see all the choices and I don't necessarily know which one is right. And it's not always so intuitive that the obvious choice is the best one or whatever. But they have their place. But I definitely don't like melodrama. And it's very easy for drama to spill over into melodrama, in my opinion. So, like, those mods tend to not really do it for me because other people have much more extreme tastes than I do. I picked this one. This one. He still jumped once at least. There's Blob again. Let's see. Warrior. Combat. Yeah. Yep, Warlock. I think Conquer is his word too, but we didn't pick it. Let's see. Is dialogue him? Well, we don't know, but he jumped 3 times, so he won the poem. Skip. The homeroom bell rings, signaling the start of another long day. I drag myself out of my seat, reluctant to even move. I let the other students clear out as I take my time. I'll still make it to my first class before it's too late anyway. Over the din of footsteps and chatter, I hear a familiar voice out in the hall. And here's this scene. One of the things I had a little bit of fun with in terms of like the route structure is that some of them like start ahead of schedule. Like this scene is prior to the club meeting, so there's still going to be like a little bit of default event before his like exclusive for this day, but this is still part of it. I step out to discover Shiro standing between a pair of students. They seem to be harassing him. I quickly recognize them as Reiji and Achi, a couple of well-known bullies. This can only end badly.
What are you waiting for, nerd? You're gonna be late for class.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to miss a single lecture, would ya?
Nah, I'm not that worried about it. I keep my grades up just fine. Which is more than either of you can say.
What was that, Tubby? You think you're smart, huh?
Hey, let's leave out the personal observations. After all, I'm only as thick as your skull.
Whoa, sick burn. I'm crying and shaking right now.
How can you be so rude? You have really hurt his feelings.
Yes, he's clearly devastated. Maybe he should go home early.
You know, you should be careful who you say that kind of stuff to. Some people get a little violent when they're upset.
Get him, Reg.
I've seen enough. I decide to step in before things get ugly. Hey guys, just leave him alone, would you?
Oh, look, a knight in shining armor to save the day.
Yeah, is this your boyfriend or something?
No way, my heart belongs to Reiji.
Get the hell away from me.
Didn't you see him there? Or are your glasses just fogged up? Here, let me wipe them off for you.
Achi swipes Shiro's glasses right off his face. I try to protest, but no words come out.
No wonder you can't see. These just make everything a blur.
Now, they're prescription lenses. They wouldn't work for you.
Whatever. Is this how you see the world without them?
Hey, Achi, let me take a look.
Achi carelessly tosses Shiro's glasses over to Reiji.
Wow, this is pathetic. You must be blind as a bat.
Feel free to give those back anytime. But you know, the nerd look kinda suits you. Maybe you should keep them after all.
Nah, you can have them back. Here. Oops.
Reiji drops the glasses to the floor with a clatter. Thankfully, they didn't break. Shiro snatches them up before anything else can be done. As he's fumbling to put them on, Reiji gives him a little shove.
Back off, you creep.
Achi shoves him back, but he catches his balance before Reiji can try again. I can't take it anymore. These two have to go. Knock it off, both of you. Don't you have anything better to do?
Hey, don't get your panties in a twist. We were just leaving.
Yeah, see you fellas later.
So for those who don't know, these two silhouettes are like default Ren'Py assets. I'm pretty sure they're supposed to like pop up in the program if you like try to use an image of a character but you don't have one defined. It'll just create these things instead. But part of the reason why I went with these, they used to actually be semi-transparent, but whenever the DDLC side stories came out and we met air quotes met Natsuki's toxic friends, they used like perfectly black silhouettes for them. So I was like, okay, I can get on board with that. I'll just make them solid to keep in line with that. But part of the reason why these guys act so like stereotypical is that part of the way I interpret DDLC is that the game as a simulation doesn't necessarily account for every single detail in the world. It's not like an entire functioning universe in there. Only like important characters get a certain amount of characterization. So basically, these two are like absolute bare bones NPCs. They don't have curve files. They don't have any complexity. They are actually just caricatures of human beings. So since they're bullies, they just act like the most stereotypical bullies you could ever imagine because they have literally nothing to them. Anyway, man, your Rage voice is so different from your normal voice. I try to keep my voices distinct enough to be noticeable. I know it's off topic, but Natsuki's friend group was exactly how I imagined it would be for years. I mean, it didn't really, nothing in the side stories really like rattled my perceptions of the Dokis. But yeah, it's pretty on point, I would say. Well, the two of them depart, finally leaving us alone. Are you all right, Shiro?
I'm fine. Sorry you had to see that, Hallie.
Did they pick on you a lot?
Not that often. I'm usually able to steer clear of them. They just happened to catch me today. Thanks for trying to stick up for me, though. I had it handled, but it was nice of you anyway.
Had it handled? Are you sure?
All bullies ever want is to get a rise out of you. I wasn't going to give them the satisfaction. When they can't get that, they get bored and back off, just like they did now.
This used to be fuck off, but I decided to change it to this. Kind of in keeping with the conventions of DDLC, where there is no swearing in Act 1, and therefore I took all the swearing out of Act 5, so as to parallel that a little more closely. Well, as long as you're okay.
Dude, I told you I'm fine. Petty stuff like this doesn't get to me. I'll see you in the club later, alright?
Yeah, see you then. Shiro leaves to go to his first class. I have to hustle to mine as well. I wasn't expecting a setback like this. Maybe I can talk to Shiro about it more later. And then we can skip for a little bit. Then he goes in here and has this conversation with Yuri, and it doesn't go super great. I go over to see Shiro. He set up his computer in a remote corner of the room. As I get close, I can see his expression is agitated. He isn't typing, just staring blankly at the screen. Suddenly, he slams the laptop shut in frustration. He rests on his elbow with his hand against his forehead.
Shiro? Hey, Hallie.
Are you okay? You look pretty upset.
I said before, Alright, yeah, I'm kind of in a mood. Things haven't exactly been great today. What a shock, huh?
Well, you're in the club now, so you can chill and take it easy.
Sounds like a plan.
Is everything okay over here?
Jeez.
It's fine, Monica. Shiro's just had a rough day so far.
Rough day? Did something happen?
Nothing.
Just a couple bullies earlier, that's all.
Hallie.
Bullies? Who were they? What did they do?
It was Reiji and Achi. Typical rude stuff.
You mean that dense jock and his little girlfriend? Those two are insufferable. Shiro, I'm sorry to hear you had to put up with them.
It's fine. I know how to take care of myself.
Do they bother you often?
No, they're just a nuisance every now and then.
Whoa, calm down. I was just asking. If they crossed the line majorly, we could have them reported. They've been problematic before, and people don't always stand up to them. I might have enough influence to do something about it for good, so let me know if you ever want my help.
You can take that how you will, whether that's Monica saying, like, she has enough influence in standing in the school to do something about them, or enough influence in standing in the program to do something about them.
Yeah, sure.
Here, I'll leave you to your business. Just try to relax.
Will do.
Monica steps away, but things don't feel any less tense.
Did you have to tell her about that, Hallie?
Sorry, I didn't think it was a big deal.
It's not. It's a bit weird for me, okay? Seeing someone actually care for once. Most people would rather just stay out of it, but you, even if you couldn't help much, it was at least a little brave. I guess what I'm saying is, thanks for being there, dude.
No problem. I would always stand up for a friend.
A friend? Yeah, well, I appreciate it nonetheless. Though it's not the only thing on my mind.
Did something else happen?
You already saw it. When I was talking to Yuri earlier, it didn't go so well.
Oh, that. When she told you off about books.
Yeah, I didn't mean to downplay the medium. I only wanted her to see what she's missing out on with games. She says she's hardly ever played them, so how could she have a clear idea?
I don't know. She does seem a bit stuck in her ways.
And her little pink guard dog sure isn't helping.
You mean Natsuki?
Who else? She's like an angry Pomeranian, yapping and just about as threatening.
I think you only have her worried. She's always been defensive.
Well, I wish she'd mind her own business. It's like she won't even give me a chance.
I hear ya. I guess you'll need to prove yourself to her somehow.
Any ideas on how I might? The sooner this is over with, the better.
Sorry, I haven't even figured out how to do that for myself. She's still pretty cold to me, but I suppose I'm not as concerning to her.
Huh, I wonder why. Seems I'll just have to figure something out. If I'm going to get, what I'm looking for out of this club.
It's all too easy for me to picture Natsuki comically barking angrily. Yeah, you could basically just, like, give her that expression with, like, the, with the greater than, less than symbols for eyes, and like her mouth in a wide open frown, and just like insert some jaw yapping noises. It'd be prime YouTube slop, but it would work.
I'll have to confront the dragon crouching on her manga hoard.
I thought she was a tiny dog.
Dragons come in all shapes and sizes. Speaking of, think you'd like to fight one? I have my RPG on this laptop.
Sure, I'll check it out. I'm pretty sure all of that stuff with like him talking about the Yuri conversation and talking about Natsuki was stuff I added later to kind of fill out his route a bit more, because this one was kind of short compared to the others. So I wanted to flesh it out a bit. Although I do wonder, there might be a slight variant to how him talking about Yuri plays out, depending on if you got it on day 2 or day 3. Because if you did somebody else's exclusive on day 1, you could do Shiro's first on day 2, and then get this exclusive on day 3, where, like, the conversation with Yuri would still have happened, just it would have been the prior day, so they might have, like, I might have changed the wording ever so slightly to account for what day it actually was. Shiro opens his laptop and gets a few programs running. The game is a whip build, but he shows me some of its features. The battles work out like he described. He lets me square off against a couple of different enemy loadouts. They're pretty tough, but I pick up on their cues quickly enough. It's surprisingly well balanced. As I play, Shiro points out little quirks and nuances that weren't so apparent. He's put a lot of detail into it. We lose track of time for a bit, and we're both somewhat surprised when we hear Monica calling for the group's attention. I guess this is going to be me whenever we get into Act 7. Pointing out quirks and nuances. Or is that what I'm doing now? Anyway, scene number 2. Done. Done and over. Just like that. So let's see. Defend Shiro. Against all odds, we're going to defend Shiro. Natsuki, I get that you're worried about the club, but you're not being very fair to Shiro here. Even if you're suspicious of his reasons for joining, he's still a member just like you, me, or anyone else. And he hasn't done anything wrong, so what's it really matter? Looks like I got through to her. She doesn't look happy, but she must know there's truth to what I said. Shiro begins to talk before she can say anything else. I think this might be the only one where MC like actually resolves the conflict on his own. Usually he's like appealing to somebody else for help, and they have to like chip in to get it done.
Well, Hallie, I appreciate you sticking up for me, but it's okay, really. I can tell I had a part in this too. Natsuki, I think I got off on the wrong foot with you, and maybe the others as well. I've been known to come on too strongly sometimes, and I'm sorry for making you worry. I haven't really had the chance to show I'm well-intentioned yet, so I hope you can bear with me for now.
Yeah, you say that, but I just don't know, okay? If all that's really true, then you better start showing it. And don't expect me to cut you any slack, either. Natsuki, I think that's enough. Fine, I'll drop it for now. Just watch your step, alright?
You got it.
Natsuki seems content to leave it at that. She goes to gather her things. I hadn't noticed, but we're almost out of time for the club.
Hey, Hallie.
Yeah?
Thanks for speaking up like that. I don't usually get that kind of support.
No problem, Shiro. I'd do the same for any of my friends.
Shucks, dude. Don't make it awkward. I'll see you tomorrow.
Shiro steps away and gets ready to leave. We got out of reading again. MC will never read, or will he?
What was Shiro so upset about today?
You noticed he was feeling down?
I thought about going over to ask, but Monica beat me to it. He looked pretty mad. Do you know what was wrong?
He got bullied by a couple of jerks this morning.
Bullies? Oh no!
I tried to help him out, but I couldn't do much.
Oh, poor Shiro. It's no use picking fights, but still. At least you were able to help him feel better later. He was a lot happier playing on his laptop with you.
I was just being supportive, though I was interested to see some of his work, too.
Hopefully things will go better for him tomorrow.
As long as those bullies don't get to him, I'm sure it'll be fine.
And even if they do, he asks you to back him up. Have a nice evening, Hallie.
Siri is a lot less defensive on this route. It's almost like she doesn't feel threatened by Shiro for some reason. Let's see. Is Epic him? I think Epic is... Nope, Epic is you. Oh, right, because of, like, the epic rap battles of history. is probably the thinking there. Anyway, barbarian. We know that one's him. Why am I having so much trouble finding his words? Good grief. It's been like every poem so far. It's not like he has... I have made sure everyone had like at least as many as Natsuki. So it's not like there isn't a big enough pool or something. I'll just go with Burn. No, he didn't even like that one either. We're off to a terrible start with the Shiro poem. No. Bad. What? Okay, look, poem game. I'm gonna need you to send me some words for him eventually. Ambition, is that him? No, that's you, but he jumped too. Devil. There you go. Warrior, that's good too. Dungeon, also. Yes, thank you. Okay. Specs. Halo, Halley. TN. Halo means Halo Combat Evolved for the Xbox. You've said that meme before. What is it with your what's your deal, man? Quick, safety save. It doesn't work that way, AG. Oh wait, no, you're right. We can save and it'll put us back at the start of the poem if we screw it up. We just can't save our actual progress on the current one. Wrath is him. Oh wait, no, Wrath is you, but he also jumps. Lipstick family. Irony? Is Irony him? Yeah, Irony is him. Sneaky, is that him too? Yeah, Sneaky. Here's business. Let's see. I think Persistent might be him too, but it might be Monica. He'll probably jump for it as well. Oh, Obstacle's totally him. Let's see. Oh, hey, we weren't sure about dialogue last time. Let's see if who jumps for it. Ah, he jumps once, but Monica jumps twice. Fair enough. Roleplay is him. Error is him. Error is one of those ones you think would be Monica, and she still jumps, but it's him. Hacker. Hackerman meme.jpg. Technical. Channeling his inner Francis. And glasses. Oh, one more. One more. Oh, there you go, Demon. Yoop. Burn down the house. I noticed Shiro striking up another conversation with Yuri. Recalling that this went a little sour yesterday, I decided to join in just in case. Now see, this was a spot where I didn't have to worry about the contingencies because you can only get this day by doing a full Shiro route. So there was no possibility that it could have gone any other way.
I really don't know why you insist on discussing this with me. I've told you before, games simply don't appeal to me very much.
And I get that, but I can't help but feel like you haven't given the medium a chance. I could probably name 10 fantasy games you'd be interested in, right off the top of my head.
And what of reading? If I gave you a list of books I thought you'd like, would you go running to the library?
Well, I'd certainly consider them.
But you'd still prefer your games, correct?
Most likely, yes.
And then there you have it. I, also, would still prefer books. What difference does it make how I choose to spend my time, so long as I'm enjoying myself?
It's not about that. It's about having unique experiences and trying new things.
This argument goes both ways, and you know it.
Yes, I do. I'm just saying.
Oh, drop it, would you? She's clearly not interested.
Nobody asked you.
I don't care. I'm fed up with this.
Natsuki, not again.
Don't try to stop me, Yuri. I wussed out yesterday, but today I'm not backing down.
Guys, let's be chill.
No, I've had enough, and I'm exposing this sleazebag for what he really is.
Excuse me.
Shiro, the only reason you joined this club is because you want Yuri. Admit it.
I beg your pardon.
Go on, say it. Everyone can already tell. What's the reason? Is it because she's freaking stabbed?
Yuri just gets so embarrassed.
Guys, can we please not fight?
It's too late now. I say, Yuri, I want the truth. I'm giving Shiro one chance to explain himself, so let's hear it.
Natsuki, this is completely inappropriate.
I want answers!
There's the one, the barky one.
Guys, can't we all just get along? Please, let's just drop it now and let it go.
Shiro, you don't have to say anything. Just forget about this.
No, Hallie. If she really wants to know, I'll tell her. And you know what? I confess. I did join this club because of Yuri. I think she's gorgeous.
Aha! I freaking knew it! You just want...
But that isn't all she is.
Eh?
She's also intelligent and thoughtful and deep. She's quiet and careful. She's respectful of the people around her. She's mature, considerate, elegant, patient, humble, and so much more. If you thought I only liked her for her body, then you're sorely mistaken. And even then, I wanted to get to know her better first. It's not like I intended to use her. So if there's anything else you think I'm guilty of, go ahead.
And he just lays her out.
Well...
Natsuki, I appreciate your concern, but I think this has gone far enough.
Yuri, are you sure?
Yes, I'm certain. You don't need to defend me here.
Well, I was afraid I wasn't here for literature, so... Do whatever, I'm out.
Shiro, I'm sorry she confronted you like that.
That's alright. I feel as though this needed to happen. If anything, I'm more worried about...
Shiro looks over at Yuri, who's fidgeting uncomfortably.
Yuri, are you okay? I'll be fine. I just don't know how I feel.
Well, if you don't mind me saying, I'd want to apologize if I made things awkward or creeped you out. I really didn't mean to. This is kind of unsettling for me as well. I just hope this hasn't ruined things between us.
Oh, it's a lot to take in. I'll admit I was conscious of it, and it was rather disconcerting. But if you meant everything you said today, then... I'm sorry. I need to sort out my thoughts. I can't say anything for sure yet, but thank you for the kind words.
Fair enough.
Okay, I'm glad that's settled for now. Just remember, guys, this club's supposed to be a happy place for everybody. You're right about that. Why don't we all take a little breather before the end of the meeting?
Everyone seems to agree with that idea. They disperse throughout the room. We all try to calm down and let the weight of the argument lift. I head over to Shiro to see how he's doing. You gonna be alright, dude?
Phew, I sure wasn't expecting that today. Although looking back, it shouldn't have been much of a surprise.
Well, I think you did a good job handling it.
For real?
Yeah, you kept it together. You didn't lose your temper. And I bet it took a lot of guts to say all that stuff.
I don't know about that. She really put me on the spot. It was probably more adrenaline than anything else.
Still, you got through it and managed to end it peacefully too. I mean, it could have gone a lot worse, you know. Not exactly comfortable and not quite disastrous. Yeah. Like, I don't know how other people really react to this scene. There really haven't been that many, like, playthroughs of Take-Two out there. And, like, most people don't do Shiro's route anyway, so, like, it's really hard to get a beat on. But I hope that this scene, at least to somewhat, like, changes people's perspective of him to a degree. Because, like, he isn't here just... He is kind of more than he appears. Like, yeah, I designed him to be an ugly bastard and all that. But, like, it's also meant to show that he does appreciate Yuri on more than just a superficial level. That he's not just in it to be a gooner or whatever. And I can't help but wonder, like, how much it surprises people if they even get this far. But I also kind of get the impression that the kind of people who would judge him that way would never do his route in the first place. So it's like, what can really be done?
I suppose, as long as this gets Natsuki off my back.
Yeah, dragon slain.
You really think so?
Totally. She's got nothing on you now. You came out with your intentions and showed there's no cause for concern. He's not just a pile of pixels, or, in a manner of speaking. Oh, they're all just piles of pixels in the sense of how they're portrayed. Everything on computers is piles of pixels.
Well, that doesn't mean she buys it, or Yuri for that matter.
You sounded sincere enough to me. You doubt they'll listen?
I'm not expecting anything from Natsuki, but Yuri... It all depends on what she thinks. Either that did it or it didn't.
There's plenty of time to see if she'll come around. But even if she doesn't, I'm sure you two could be good friends.
I guess I could settle for that if I had to.
Relax, dude. This was a win, and whatever will be, will be.
Yeah, you're right about that. I think I need a breather, like Monica said.
Okay, take care. I leave Shiro to unwind on his own, hoping he'll be alright. I head over to check on Yuri. She's in the middle of talking to Natsuki when I walk up. Oh, did I skip a line by accident? Nope.
Never mind.
Natsuki darts into the closet, clearly unwilling to speak. What was that about?
Oh, she was just advising me.
Are you feeling okay? That was probably stressful.
I'll be fine. I'm just not sure what to think. As you may expect, Natsuki still doesn't trust him.
Yeah, that's not too surprising. What about you, though?
I'm conflicted. I'm not used to getting much attention, let alone compliments like those. It's surreal to me. I'm not sure what to do about it.
Well, I'm not here to push you one way or the other, but what you do about it is completely up to you. Don't let me, Natsuki, or anyone else tell you what to think, and you shouldn't feel obligated either.
I see. At the very least, I'll have to discuss this with him later. But thank you for reminding me it's ultimately my say. I'll try not to let my opinions be colored.
Hey, it's not like I was trying to tell you what to do.
Oh, were you listening in?
Shush! I only want her to be careful, that's all.
And I appreciate that, Natsuki. Careful I will be.
Satisfied that things are fine over here, I step away from the closet.
Dude, you didn't just
what?
put in a good word for me, did you?
No, I only told her to decide for herself.
Okay.
You're relieved I didn't?
Yeah, I don't want her to feel pressured. If she's going to give me a chance, it shouldn't be because anyone put her up to it. Thanks, man. You're even more dependable than I thought.
And here's like a surprise bonding moment between him and you. This like really actually like elevates MC in his esteem a fair bit. Hey, it's nothing. With that, we split off to chill out for a little while. The whole club gradually simmers down. It seems there wasn't much time left anyway, as Monica soon stands up to address the group. So yeah, I'm pretty sure like everything from MC's after talk with Shiro to him talking to Yuri and Natsuki in front of the closet, all of that was added for Act 7. Like, Shiro's art really was like a lot shorter in Act 6 and prior, so I'm glad I was able to flesh it out in some substantial ways. Whoop, I missed the skip button. Boop. I hope that mess in the club didn't worry you too much.
Not gonna lie, it was pretty upsetting. Natsuki wanted to stand up for Yuri, but Shiro just really likes her.
I had a feeling he did from the start. I just didn't expect it to get so out of hand. Hi, Lorana. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by. You made it onto like we're almost to the weekend with Shiro here. The best wingman is the one who let it be. Yeah, at least I feel like that's the way it is. I guess it also kind of depends on the context. Like, and maybe for some women the wingman thing works, and maybe for others it doesn't. Life is complicated like that.
Well, Natsuki acts defensive most of the time, but she's super passionate about her friends. She just wants what's best for the club and to keep everyone safe and happy.
Everyone she considers a friend, that is.
Yeah, I feel a little bad for Shiro. He seems like a decent guy. Although he did admit he's not really here for literature.
Just because Yuri is the reason he joined, it doesn't mean he's not participating.
I guess so. It'd just be nice if all our members were committed to the club. Right, Hallie?
A very knowing question. Yeah, right.
Have a good night, you.
And that's why we can't hold Shiro. We can't be like looking down upon him for his reason for joining, because it's our reasons for joining. It's all your reasons for joining, isn't it, you dear viewers, you? You didn't join this because you were interested in literature. Be honest with yourselves. Anyway, let's see. Glasses. All right, it's this poem. It's always the best when you forget it's there and it just explodes. Design. I think games is Natsuki. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, let's see. I don't know of any of these that would have been better for him. Anything hiding in the darkness. Dark words. Nope, I'll just go with games then. Yeah, he was still going to jump for that for sure. Form, hacker. Let's see. Blob. Let's see now. It's real fashion. Oh, yeah. Wait, no, that was not him. He just jumps for it, or happens to. Oh, landscape, silly fireworks. Demons over there. What else we got here? Summon. Sure. I don't think we need more than one wrath in this poem. It would make it a little samey, you know? Anybody over here? How about up in here? No. Oh, is bravery him? Yeah, bravery's him. One of like the positive words you can associate with Shiro. You can say what you want about him, but he is freaking brave. I feel like there should be more words than this on the screen right now, but oh, it's just flourish. Destiny? Anything up here? No, it doesn't seem like it. Okay, oh, I think punishment is him. Yeah, punishment is him. Sword. Another demon, why not? Throw in another hacker. Oh, right on his face. Legend. So, fun fact about the name Shiro, it has two meanings in Japanese. One is white and the other is castle. I feel like, I don't know if castle is a word for him. It probably should be. If it isn't, I'm pretty sure it is and we just haven't seen it. But yeah, that's why he jumps for that. It's literally the meaning of his name. Also, a fun fact about that, well, I don't know if this is true necessarily specifically in Japan, but I'm pretty sure it's an oriental thing that the color white is associated with death. So there you go, that's fun. Rogue, there you go, guy. How a little further. Alright, we'll try. Oh, there's another one. Dungeon. And another dungeon. Dungeon twice in a row. Everyone! But I guess that's the only time you could click everyone and only get one character jumping. And that's the final word. We don't gotta do Friday again. We can just skip on through it. But here's, it's like the slightest, is mildly interesting spoiler for the future. After you've completed Act 7 and you get back around to like the visual novel side of things, whenever you get to Friday, instead of it always being Monika's piano game, like the structure of Act 5 will change a little bit. And whichever character you wrote your final poem for, it'll be their minigame you play here instead. So like, if you were on Sayori's route, it would be Hangman. If it was on Yuri's route, it would be Word Cutter, etc. and so forth. We can pass this, so we're just gonna. No need to fill that thing out again. Oh, and I wanted to make note of something because it's freaking casual outfit, man. I wanted to mention, at the end of last stream, I was asked if you would need to repeat Act 7 for every route. No, you will not. You'll only need to do Act 7 once. Because the final route is not plural. It is a singular final route. So there are the 6 routes in Act 5, and they have their own little conclusions. And the final route is going to kind of tie up loose ends from all of them, is basically the idea. That's why you need to have done all of the routes before it unlocks. among other reasons. But yeah, so no, you don't have to worry about going through that whole rigmarole every time to see the end of the game. It's just, yeah, there will be like some slight differences in how Act 5 plays out post Act 7.
Allie, well, this is unexpected.
Hey Shiro, what's up?
Well, that's what I was gonna ask. I figured you were the type to just stay in.
I usually do. I just felt like taking a walk today.
That's weird.
Let's see. Secret final ending like any good multipath game. Heck yeah, there you go. Think like Sonic Adventure 2, where you've got the good guys path and then the bad guys path, and then they converge and have like their final path. It really is. What about you? I figured you didn't get out much either.
I needed to buy a longer lasting battery for my laptop. With all the use it's been getting in the club, it could do with more staying power. Actually, how would you like to help me test it?
What do you mean?
Well, you don't have any plans, right?
Yep, I was about to go back home.
Exactly, so I'll tag along and we can see how it holds up.
Oh, okay, yeah, let's go. With Shiro following me, I lead the way back to my house.
This place is tidier than I expected.
That's not the example I would choose, but it absolutely makes the point. You're right, AJ. Sonic Adventure 1 is a much better example, where there are 6 characters to play as, and then they converge in like the ever slightest way. Before you fight perfect chaos, I guess is it. Anyway, I had to clean it up for company last week. That's the only reason.
You mean you actually had somebody over?
Yeah, the club had to group up to prepare for the festival. Natsuki came here to bake her cupcakes, though we just stayed in the kitchen.
Oh yeah? That must have been annoying.
As you can imagine, his reaction is completely opposite and different if you had the weekend with Yuri. You've only seen her angry side. She's a lot less abrasive one-on-one.
I'll believe it when I see it. Which will probably be never, considering she hates me.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get down to business.
Shiro takes out his laptop and attaches the new battery to it. He has it fired up in no time.
Is there anything in particular you'd like to do?
Why don't you show me another one of your Nick games?
Alright, how about the VN this time?
Sure, that sounds good. Shiro clicks through a few windows and starts up the game.
This is still in the works, so I'm sorry if anything seems janky.
That's okay, I'm not expecting perfection.
Why not?
Very funny. After a short intro sequence, the title screen flashes on. Everything about it just screams Moe dating sim. I recognize some of the characters from other VNs I've played. Looks impressive, but how much of this was made by you?
I wrote it all myself. Most of these graphics are just placeholders. I can handle character art on my own, but it takes a while. I'll have to commission my BGs and CGs.
Yeah, can't do without those. Haha. Can't do without those guys. In the
meantime, I just ripped a lot of junk from other games I've played.
No, Shiro, you need to use transitions when you change scenes.
None of it's going in the finished game. It's just unproductive to wait for art assets. Speaking of, what are you waiting for? Are you gonna play or just stare at it?
Oh, sorry, I didn't know you were waiting on me.
I have the introduction scripted, so you can see the setup and meet the cast.
I take control of the game, reading through what Shiro has so far. It's a pretty typical scenario. A guy transfers to a new school, and there are lots of cute girls in his class. The tropes begin to show up instantly, almost like a checklist of dares. In spite of it, the dialogue and narration are solid enough to keep it moving.
How do you like it?
Honestly, it seems like pretty standard stuff.
Well, it's supposed to, so I guess it's working.
It's really well written, so maybe you can get away with it.
Oh, it's not going to stay like that forever. I intend to toy with the player's expectations. For now, it's just to lull you into a false sense of security.
I'll take your word for it. I continue through the rest of the game's first day. It introduces the last of the characters, one of whom is a tall girl with long purple hair and a particularly large chest. So, about this one then.
Yuki? She's a fairly recent addition.
No subtlety at all, huh?
Not even a bit. It's not like Yuri's ever going to play this thing anyway.
I'm sure she'd be flattered.
Somehow I doubt that.
Why not, after all those nice things you told her?
Well, since she knows I'm attracted to her.
What does that have to do with it?
It could make things a little tense, that's all. I don't want her to misread my intentions. Though you can't deny she's sultry.
She's not the only one.
The other girls are pretty cute too. Monica has it going on, but she seems unapproachable.
I know exactly what you mean.
Tiff is smoking hot too, but not really my style.
This wouldn't be the right starting point to get Yuri to try games. Yeah, no. If you're going to start Yuri on video games, don't don't send her out into a dating sim.
I couldn't be less interested in Natsuki, physically or mentally. And Sayori's nice, but I'd like a girl with more happening upstairs.
Excuse me, what's that supposed to mean?
You know, she's kind of an airhead.
Hey dude, you better watch it. That's my girlfriend you're talking about.
Whoa, sorry, I didn't realize. Hey, she's still super friendly and caring. I've got no gripes with her as a person.
Well, okay, good.
Anyway, you've played almost everything that's ready in this game, so anything else you'd like to do? Maybe watch some anime or something?
Sure, we could. You mean on your laptop, right?
Of course, I can run Blu-rays in it. Put on whatever you like, I'm not picky.
Alright, let's see. I'd like actually look up if laptops could handle Blu-rays, because I didn't know. I don't even think I've ever even interacted with a Blu-ray. That was like a phase of technology I just personally skipped. I look around my entertainment center for something to watch. I don't know what Shiro's tastes are like. I also don't want to pick something too personally embarrassing. Eventually I come up with... How's this one?
Looks funny. What's it about?
A NEET who gets killed in an accident but reincarnates in an MMO-style universe.
Sounds pretty amusing. Throw it in.
I believe this is Konosuba, and my disdain for Konosuba. I put on the show and hit the lights and we settle in to watch. Let's see. I like how MC defends Sayori there, and the quick backpedal from Sayori, or from Shiro, lol. Yeah, obviously that goes a little bit differently if you're not her boyfriend, but he still does defend her. Let's see, if laptop doesn't have a disk drive, you can always carry an external one with you wherever you go. Totally normal thing to do. Yeah, for when you need to use compact discs on the fly in 2025. Oh, sorry, it's 2026 now. Jesus Christ. It's been a couple hours now. We've gotten through about half of the first disc. We've had our share of laughs, but Shiro doesn't seem to react to it quite as much. I decide to make sure he's actually enjoying it before going further. Well, do you like it so far?
It's entertaining. This is the kind of show I like ironically more than anything else.
Ironically?
Yeah, it's the sort of thing that you can't really take seriously. It's almost slapstick in a way, you know?
I guess so. We didn't have to sit through it if you wanted to watch something else.
Nah, it's fine. Don't get me wrong. Just because I didn't find it compelling doesn't mean I didn't have a good time. It's just not the kind of show I'd get invested in, that's all.
When you put it that way, it sounds like it didn't interest you very much.
Well, I mean, it didn't, but...
Shiro, I wish you would have said something. We could have watched another show.
Hey, relax. I told you I was fine with whatever, and that's what we watched. To be honest, it was kind of nice just having someone to watch with for a change. Eh?
I can't help but notice a slight shift in Shiro's tone. He sounds a bit more somber.
The thing is, I usually spend a lot of my time alone. I have that friend group I meet up with now and then, but most days it's just me. I'm not very popular, and not that I ever tried to be.
Sometimes anime is more fun with friends. Sometimes an anime is only fun with friends. I would agree to that sentiment.
I'm not very popular, and not that I ever tried to be. And a lot of my friends are online, where I can't really see them. Even with the ones I know IRL, I feel like I have to put up a front. But you, it's different somehow. Around you, I feel like I can just be me. Wow, I made this weird.
Nah, well, maybe a little, but I think I get what you mean. Around other people, you never know how they might react. But here you don't have to hold back, because I'm not judgmental. Or, I try not to be, at least.
Well, I guess it works. You're way too chill, dude.
Oh, there's no such thing as too chill.
There you go. We need more people to think like that.
The world is a very unchill place.
Ain't that the truth?
Shiro's attention is caught by the laptop as its screen fades to black. Oh geez, did that battery run out already?
No, it just went on standby. This thing's life is barely dented. Looks like I made a good purchase. Even so, I should probably get going.
You sure? You can stick around if you want to.
Well...
And then he decides to open up a little bit more. Shiro goes quiet. His shift in mood is almost palpable. What could be the trouble now? Maybe I'd better ask. You okay, man?
I'm fine, I'm not sure if I should bring this up.
Is something wrong?
Not like right now, but Yeah, you could say so.
Uh-huh. If you need to vent or whatever, I don't really mind.
You sure? Most people would rather I just keep quiet.
Well, I'm not most people, so...
I guess that's true. Thing is, this isn't exactly something I like to discuss, but I think I can count on you. Will you keep it between us?
Of course, I'd never tell a secret.
It's not so much a secret as it is, well... let me just tell you. Remember that thing that happened with the bullies earlier this week?
Ugh, how could I forget?
Yeah, well, the truth is, that happens more often than I'd like to admit. I get picked on fairly regularly for being fat, being nerdy, even things that aren't true, like being gay. I know better than to give in, but sometimes I just can't help it.
Shiro looks away dejectedly. This doesn't seem too easy for him to open up about. I can see why. Whoever wants to admit they're being bullied? That's rough, dude. I'm sorry you have to put up with that.
I try to roll with the punches and not let it annoy me, but it never ends. People just keep pushing it like they're waiting for you to crack. And even if you can keep up the facade, it still gets through. It just hurts inside.
Shiro squirms uncomfortably, but his gaze is locked on my face. Is he gauging my reaction? I try to come up with something quick. I know how that is. I mean, I've had my share of teasing, and even a small jab can feel too personal to ignore. So when it's mean-spirited, it can get to you really easily.
Yeah, and it's true for the bullies as well. Hateful words aren't good for anyone. But they still do it because they're so messed up inside they can't cope any other way. It's like they can only feel better about themselves by putting someone else down.
Shiro pauses in his rant, seemingly too irritated to continue. I'm not sure what to say myself. It never really occurred to me why bullies act out so much. There are always two sides to it, but one part always gets ignored. It's a shame. Bullies are usually made out to be the bad guys, but you forget they're people too and have their own crap to deal with.
I know, right? It's a lot simpler to just vilify them. What bothers me most is how completely unnecessary it is. People get so hung up about their issues that they can't imagine how to solve them. So they get into these destructive cycles, ruining their own and others' lives for no reason at all.
I guess they can't see the effect their actions are having.
It's so aggravating, not just because of what they do to me, but that they can't even help themselves. I wish I could snap my fingers and make everything different. To show people they don't have to be afraid of their problems if they know how to overcome them.
Portentous much? It's not that simple though, is it?
Why not?
Because it depends on the kind of problem. Some are way worse than others. Like, you can't just power through something if you need to get professional help. And what if they don't know they have a problem, or they'd rather pretend things are fine?
That's what I mean. I wish I could offer that kind of clarity to people. The only reason they don't get along is because they can't get over themselves long enough to do better. And guys like me take the brunt of their frustration.
Yeah, that sucks. Too bad there's not a lot you or anyone can do. So, I guess the most I can really say about this is that you can kind of see the seeds of where Act 7 comes from in this conversation, because, like, it's sort of his clumsy attempt at showing the other characters their problems. Like, they're facing their literal devils head on in this way, and, like, it's sort of like a perversion of this desire he has here. There's more to what he's doing in Act 7 than just this, but like this is the sentiment that it comes from. You know, the road to hell paved with good intentions. People can't overcome their problems if they aren't willing.
Yeah, you're right about that. It's just painful to watch, especially when you're in the line of fire.
So what about you?
What do you mean?
You said it still hurts you even though you try your best. Are you doing all right there?
Oh, that? It's nothing, really. I don't internalize any of that stuff. I already know what's up, so there's no reason to. If anything, I'm more worried about things getting physical. Sticks and stones and all that.
Pardon me. Well, if you ever do need a little help, don't be afraid to ask.
You worry too much. I'm bigger than this trivial nonsense.
And there's, like, it's a kind of his coping mechanism. Like, he kind of hides behind an inflated sense of ego. He puts up a confident front, even if he doesn't really feel that way.
I'm pretty darn good at reading people, and if I smell trouble, I'll be ready for it.
And this is him overestimating himself. Like, this is something he thinks is true, and he says it really confidently, but, you know, There's a fine line between confidence and arrogance.
Heck, that's the only reason I ever got this far to begin with. But anyway, I just wanted to get that off my chest, if only to give you some context for the incident. So, will you keep quiet about that? No blabbing it to Monica or whatever.
Sure thing. If you want it under wraps, that's where it'll stay.
Good, that's how it should be. See, man, this is why I appreciate you so much. You're not afraid to be genuine. You don't have to act pretentious or ironic just to feel secure.
I can't believe Shiro modded the entire universe in one night just to prove a point. Well, you've gotta remember, like, he's working on computer terms, not on, like, people terms. With his, like, technical know-how and being, like, wired directly into the machine, he could make changes, like, significantly faster than a human. Like, look how fast AI is already, and it's, like, such a clumsy new technology. Just imagine that to the nth degree, and you've got Shiro, and it's like, well, that's why he can do that sort of thing just in a blink. It's not that remarkable.
No, dude, it seriously is. Now then, I'm gonna get going for real. Thanks again for having me over.
Oh, alright, you're welcome.
Catch you next time, dude. Stay chill, okay?
You got it. I see Shiro out and he departs for home. Thoughts of our discussion linger as the hour grows late. I feel a bit sorry for him. He seems to be judged for his appearance pretty often. And with the way he's treated in school, it's no wonder he has to put up a confident front. Against a problem like that, there's almost nothing I can do. But maybe I don't have to do much to make a difference for him. Since he values honesty and openness, maybe all I have to do is show it. If I can help him feel at ease by being genuine, then that's just fine. In any case, that's all for another day. Now it's time to rest. Shiro, I'll be someone you can depend on. So yeah, you still don't get like a fully clear picture of how and why Act 7 happens here, but you can kind of see the ingredients of the cocktail there and how this mistake gets made.
He's finally asleep.
Alright, so Shiro's the only new thing to talk about here.
You know, compared to everyone else in this club, he almost seems normal. After that bullying incident, I was worried too. He acts like it's nothing, but that negativity still seeps in. It's the sort of thing that can build up and rot you inside out.
Remember that poem word?
Who knows how much anger and resentment could be lurking beneath the surface? It could make you feel like you're all alone, or that everyone is against you. I can only hope it doesn't affect him much like he says. Although I had a feeling he thinks his confidence, similar to me. I also figured he was after Yuri, but I suppose his intentions were good. It's a real shame how mistreated he is. Nobody should have to put up with that. You weren't judging him too, were you?
I don't know, Monica. Were they?
I guess it can be hard not to sometimes, but it's no use jumping to conclusions. Maybe he'll feel better once he knows what's really going on. Lucky for him, his trouble is more external than anything else.
Oh, you don't know the half of it, honey. So anyway, we're not yet. Nope. We've still got 4 other routes to do. Okay. So, which one should we do next? I don't need this one anymore.
Yarr! Bleh!
Load it. Who should we do now? I'm not going to make a poll, or can I? Can I do a poll on this chat thing? How does this work? Let's reactions, timestamps, moderation. How do I add a poll to this thing? How do I make a poll? Engage with your audience. Start a poll. Yeah. The question: what route next? We've got. There's Natsuki, and there's Yuri, and there's Monica, and there's Tiff. Go. Here comes the poll, guys. Monica, 100%. Okay, there we go. No, I'll give it a little longer. I almost feel like it'd be most fitting to do Monica's last, but I guess we'll see. There's only like, what, 5 people here? How many people are watching the stream right now? We've got 6 concurrent viewers. Whoa, that's like a record. God, I am so small. Looks like Monica's still winning with 40% in spite of everything. Can I see, like, how many votes there have been? It's only showing me the top result right now, I guess. And it looks like it's going to be Monica. There's probably not much point in waiting any longer. I will end the poll. It was Monica. Okay. Yeah, Monica got... Oh, it's a tie between Monica and Tiff. And nobody voted for Natsuki. Poor Natsuki. Okay, well, we can't have that. Hold up a tick. Monica. Tiff. Settle it. Need all 5 of y'all to log your votes again. That one person who voted for Yuri, get the heck out of here. Pick one or the other. Oh, Tiff's at 75. Oh, now she's down to 60. Up 75 again. Down to 60 again. Let's see. If there are 5 voters and she has 60% of the vote, that would mean Monica has 40%. So I guess we're doing Tiff then. Get wrecked. Every sudden death song from every game I've ever played ran through my head all at once. Yep, there we go. Alright. Moving on. It is Tiff's turn. She's got like all the musical words and stuff. Rhyme. Let's see. Oh, there's forgive. There it is. We finally nailed it. Do you forgive Monica? Yes. 71.99%. 2010 votes. No. 28.01%. 782 votes. 2,792 votes, or total votes. This screenshot came from Reddit back in 2018. I made this post and I asked the moderators to pin it for a day, and that's how it got so much attention. And these were the results. It didn't offer any supporting words or anything. It was just this, and this was the outcome at that time.
Wow, almost 2,800 people voted on this. Aw, 72% forgave me. That's almost 3/4. That's so sweet of you. Thank you all so much. But almost 800 still didn't. That's a lot of people that are angry with you. And still so many more played the game. Who knows how big that number might really be? It makes sense, though. I did do some really awful stuff. It's only natural that some would be more forgiving than others. Well, I want you to know, I meant what I said. I still love you. All of you. Even if you don't or can't love me back. And if I can ever find a way to make it up to you, then that will be a truly special day.
And that dialogue is what I posted after the results of her poll came in. And the reason she doesn't open her mouth while talking like I usually do is because that was one of the earliest dialogues I made, and I just went beat for beat the exact expressions I used in that custom dialogue so long ago. Oh goodness, it's hard to believe it's been 8 years. Good lord. So anyway, you'll only get that in your first few poem words because it didn't want it to spring up and ruin a perfectly good poem you had on a roll. But anyway, I believe purple is your word, even though it makes Jerry jump as well. You know why? Because green and purple. Yep, that's why. Represent. Yeah. How about Jade? Chance is her because she just wants a chance. It's interesting how many people stick around and don't end up forgiving Monica. I mean, it's hard to say. I think if they ran the poll now, it would probably turn out a little differently. But the anti-Monica faction was always around a quarter of the fandom for in its heyday, I want to say. I think using a closed mouth sprite on when a character is talking is fine. It's a style choice for sure. Just I feel more comfortable having the characters open their mouths when they're talking because DDLC has enough range of expressions. There usually are open and closed versions of each of their expressions, and even the original game has them talk with their mouths closed at times. So it's not it's an invalid choice. I just prefer to do it that way. It also helps me, like, as a Let's Player, because if a person has their mouth open, I can see their mouth is open, and it makes it easier to predict who's talking without looking at the little name tag. Anyway, humble is a TIFF word. Y'all is a TIFF word. After experimenting with opening their mouths to speak, I just couldn't go back. Same. Oh, so same. It's just too good. It's great. Is feisty her? I think she's feisty. Yeah, she's feisty. Lingo. I'm pretty sure hot is her. Yeah. Chillax. Foreign. Heyo. Vox. What else we got in here? Fireball. This is a reference to... Oh wait, no, Fireball is you, because D&D. But she jumps for it because that's what she called Natsuki on the festival day. She's like your little pink fireball. And then Buffsuki throws pink fireballs later. Anyway. Oh, hey, there's Castle. Yeah, it was in there. We just didn't encounter it. No, Dance is Sayori, but she would jump still. Let's see if I can find a better one. I think Butterflies is her. Yeah, because, like, stage fright, you know? Oh, perform, for sure. Stage, yeah. I'm not sure any of those are hers. I think she would jump for courage, though. Yeah, she jumped for courage. Voice and rhyme. Tiff's route was a little on the short side as well, so I'll have to refresh my memory just on how much I added to it. Curious about our new girl, I go to visit Tiffany. It'd be nice to make sure she feels welcome in the club. She's sitting at a desk, minding her own business when I walk up. She doesn't seem to notice me right away. Hello, Tiff.
Oh, hey, Holly. Is something wrong?
No, I just wanted to come over and see you.
Oh, what for?
You know, to chat and hang out or whatever.
That's it? You only wanted to spend some time with me?
Yeah, if that's okay. I won't pester you if you're busy.
No, it's fine. You just took me by surprise is all. Did you have anything in mind?
Well, how are you doing in the club so far? Do you like it? Let's see. I think of their sprite as a snapshot of them while they're either still talking or just stopped talking, and sometimes it looks more fitting to show them when they just stopped talking. I guess that makes sense. But I never really think of like their sprites in such a literal way anyway. Like, it would be so awkward for them to interact in the way the game shows that they do.
I'm doing all right. It's nice here. I only thought it would be a little more organized.
What do you mean?
Oh, sorry. I meant that I expected we'd be doing something more as a group.
Ah, okay. We will be later. We just get a lot of free time as well.
I wish I knew that sooner. I would have brought something with me to do.
I was caught off guard at first myself. I mostly use it to spend time with the other members.
Well, that's nice. Is it my turn today?
You could say it is.
All right then. I guess we should figure out what to do together.
Do you have any books to read?
Not at all. I was thinking about using this time to practice writing, but that's more of a one-person thing.
Oh yeah? What kind of stuff do you write?
Song lyrics, my favorite are the kind that rhyme. There's a lot of stuff I listen to, but I'm hoping to write my own someday. I'm good at coming up with singular rhymes, but putting a song together is much more involved.
I believe it. I have a hard enough time writing poetry.
Do you? I thought that one you read at the festival was alright.
I didn't write that one myself. I only recited it.
Oh, is that so?
Anyway, do you make your own music too?
Well, about that. It's something I'd like to do, but composing songs is even tougher than writing them.
Oh yeah? Why's that?
This might just be a me thing, but I have a really hard time with it. I listen to so much music that when I try to mix my own, it usually turns out too similar to a song I already like.
Now, I, as a person, do not have a whole lot in common with Tiff, but this is 100% a thing that's true of me. Because, like, anytime I've tried to make my own music or like think up a song, it really does just turn into something I already know. Like I've kind of just come to accept at this stage in life that custom music is not something I'm capable of doing because like it's beyond me. I cannot do music.
Well, it becomes an outright copy. I can't quite grasp how to make a fully original tune.
I mean, it's not like derivatives are bad. All kinds of media copy off each other. See, I know that feeling. I'm glad it's not just me.
I know, so it's a question of how much, and let's just say I'm not the most creative.
Maybe you just need a better means of making it. Do you have any instruments or equipment?
I'm not exactly an audiophile, but I have a basic setup. There's a keyboard at home and a decent pair of headphones. I can't wear them to school because they're too bulky. I use a program for music arrangements on my computer. I can put together all kinds of sounds. It's not high-end stuff, but I have what I need to make it work. My mother has done her best to encourage me. I only wish I was a little better at it.
That's no big deal. You'll probably improve with practice, and I'm sure you have me beat already.
Well, thanks to say that.
Let's just say I'm not very creative either.
Who knows? Maybe I just need more practice too.
Sure. So what's your writing like? Any genre in particular?
Well, I'm pretty impartial to genre. There aren't any I really dislike. So as long as I can make it rhyme, it's fair game.
She avoids answering about rap here. I can't help but feel as though Tiffany sidestepped my question, but I decided not to press the matter. Yeah, she 100% did. Okay, are there any tips or tricks you use?
Not especially. I'm not that clever. I have some exercises I do, but that's about it.
Like what?
You really want to know? Okay. How about I'll show you instead of just describing it?
Tiffany gets up and heads over to the closet. I can't imagine what she has in mind. She's barely within range when Natsuki suddenly pops into view.
What do you think you're doing?
Hey, Natsu. I just need to get a book from the closet.
Well, tough luck. These books aren't public access.
Why is that?
Because they're my manga. I'm not running a library here.
Huh? Your manga?
Yeah, duh. You see all these series and box sets?
Gosh, you've got a collection. I didn't know you kept them in the closet. But they're not what I'm here for, so don't worry about that.
Fine, just take whatever it is you need.
Thank you. I'll just be a second.
Her hair color is very pretty. I feel like it fits her better than the 2018 color. Her hair color underwent a bunch of different changes. It used to be like way greener than this. And then like, I can't remember exactly what prompted the first change, but like I eventually put it to a vote. I wanted to shift it more toward like a jade hue. And I wasn't sure how far to take it. So like I put like a bunch of color swatches of her hair up as a poll on the Reddit, and the color that was settled on is the one you see in the Act 5 demo and the Act 6 demo. But then I got some advice from Yagamarai, who's like an actual artist and good at this sort of thing. And she's the one who helped me like make Tiff's skin more vibrant. And we eventually settled on this color so that it contrasted better with her skin tone. And that's how we landed on this. I wanted to keep it green, like recognizably green, but it's definitely closer toward like bluish now than it was. Anyway, Tiffany pulls a large book out of the closet and takes it back over to her desk. What the heck did she grab?
No clue, but a book that big is only good for crushing spiders.
Tiffany sets the book down with a heavy thud. It's only now that I get a proper look at it. The dictionary?
Yep, you couldn't ask for a better source of words.
Despite it all, she's still her. Yeah, that's our Tiff.
I have a little game I like to play to find new rhymes and broaden my vocabulary. You start by opening to a random page.
Tiffany flings the book open with another loud thud. It rattles the desk a little. It's one of them industrial dictionaries.
Well, they only pick a word from there. Doesn't really matter which one.
When I was envisioning this book, I was specifically thinking of one that I used to see back in the library at my high school. I don't know how much like the school system might have changed since I was in school, because my God, I'm like approaching 40 here. But back in the library, they had one that was like super big. It was on a podium, like kind of in the middle of the library. So if you really needed access to it, it was like always right there. And it was one of those books that had like notches out of the edges of the pages pulled away so you could see the letters and like flip to them like that. Sort of. I don't know if I'm describing this very well, but it was a freaking huge dictionary. It's a dictionary, my favorite book. Or your favorite book. Maybe you should look at that one up in the dictionary. Ah, I'm just jabbing you, Alma. I think she's having fun throwing others off guard. I think she's just a little unconscious of what she's doing, actually. Dictionary game is pure peak.
Well, then we pick a word from there. Doesn't really matter which one.
Okay, I see ignore.
Alright, now try to think of a word that rhymes with it.
How about restore?
That works. Then we turn to the section restore is in.
Thud.
And now we pick another word that starts with R, like refrain.
I should probably add some sound effects for this book opening and closing. I feel like that might add some impact to this scene. Let's see. Daryl Bonner says, Well, hi, Daryl Bonner. Thanks for that. Thanks for weighing in with the letter I. Ah, I remember those kind of dictionaries. You could use the notches to open right to a letter. Yes, exactly, that kind. They were like sort of finger-shaped notches. Oh, whoop, I skipped a line there.
And now we pick another word that starts with R, like refrain.
Rhymes with insane.
You think I'm crazy, don't you?
This is a little weird, to be honest.
Hey, you asked.
Well, I guess I can see how this could be a good exercise.
It's not always this easy. Some words are very difficult to rhyme. Like innocent right here.
We keep going back and forth between pages for a while. Some of them do get pretty tough. There are even some words neither of us know how to say. We have to pass on a few overly hard ones. Don't mind me, I'm quietly imagining them comically being thrown upward in their seats with every thud. It's not an amusement park ride. Eventually we're interrupted by someone approaching us.
I beg your pardon, but what are you two doing?
Do you think maybe we rattled her out of her trance?
Hey, Yuri.
We're making rhymes.
Rhymes? What for exactly?
A spelling mistake. My hand slipped. Oh, buddy, I understand. There have been so many times I've been reaching for an apostrophe, and I just hit the enter key, and it goes up, and the message is incomplete, and there's like nothing I can do about it, so I have to like scramble to write the rest of what I want to say. I hate that so much. If I can't like delete my message, I hate it so much.
No reason, really. Just for fun and practice. Then what are you doing to that book? Oh, is that the dictionary?
It sure is.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's the last thing I expected you to be reading. Well, they've made a recreational resource out of it. Oh, I can see that. I don't suppose I could.
Do you want in on this? Oh, I hate those apostrophe early sends. I do it more than I want to admit. I knew it couldn't just be me. I knew it.
Not quite. Just that, since you're making rhymes, might I ask for help with a few? You need help rhyming something. You've come to the right gal. Yes, I'm working on a project. It's in my second language, so I'm struggling to find the right words.
Again, just avoiding mentioning English and Japanese. Also, I felt this scene makes a little more sense if, like, she's open about that it's being written in a different language, because prior to this version, she would kind of just needed help with the rhymes, and it's like, how does a girl as articulate as Yuri need help with the rhymes? Well, it's an unfamiliar language. There you go. You can't believe how rough they are being with the book. She just can't imagine. She could not stand by and let this book abuse occur.
Well, I'd be happy to help. Just tell me what you're stuck on. Thank you, though it may be difficult without any context. I need a word that ends in an E sound, so it rhymes with C. It also needs to pertain to the unknown, or things that cannot be observed. Huh, that's pretty specific. How long is the line? It's about 8 syllables, so there's room to work with. Okay, why not keep it simple and just use mystery? Oh, I considered that word, but I already used it earlier on. Ah, so you want to avoid repetition. That's good writing, Yuri. Is it part of another round before? No, it's in the middle of a phrase. In that case, maybe you just need a synonym for mystery.
It's a good excuse to include Yuri. It is. In fact, the astute would notice that I include every character on every route, no matter how much or little it happens. I think the one that gets the least inclusion is probably Tiff on Shiro's route, because she's only there for like a few lines at the very start of his route, and whenever like Natsuki's at his throat later. But yeah, I'm kind of developed these exclusives to make sure they included other characters. Part of it is so that you get like a dose of everybody no matter which route you go down, but also it's kind of to show that like with this many people in the club, they can't quite get away from each other either. Like it's actually getting a little crowded in here, even with just 2 extra people. I once saw a custom dialogue making a joke about it. We speak Japanese, but the text box is English. What happens if we speak English? Yuri, can you try? Japanese letters. Nice.
A synonym that hadn't occurred to me. Oh, enigma would fit nicely. It sounds good to me. Any others? I also need a rhyme for the word hold. Haha, there are plenty of rhymes for that. Bold, mold, cold, gold. Well, it's in regard to spoken word, or lack thereof. You mean like something being told? Almost, but I think I can use that word as the root. Because foretold fits perfectly. Thank you, Tiff. No problem, Yuri. If you ever need more rhymes, you know where to find me.
I feel like I can do better with this scene.
Yes, it's not often that I do, but I'll keep you in mind. Thanks again.
Yeah, I'll have to mull that one over. I'm not totally satisfied.
Anytime.
Yuri timidly steps away, leaving us alone. You made pretty short work of that. You really are good at this.
I'm not that great. Like I said, I do okay with individual rhymes.
Hey, you just helped a girl as articulate as Yuri. I'd say that counts for something.
I'm sure she could have figured it out on her own, second language or not.
Well, you still contributed, so give yourself some credit.
Haha, fair enough.
Before we can continue our activity, we hear Monica begin to make an announcement. So on and on we go. I feel like I was going to say something. Oh, I remember. I forgot to mention it entirely during Shiro's route, but I kind of wanted to comment on his design a little bit real quick. Oh, well, why don't we wait till he's like back on screen?
What were you doing with Tiff today?
Just hanging out. She showed me one of the ways she practices rhyming.
Oh, okay. What did that big book have to do with it?
It was the dictionary. We were flipping through it for things to try rhyming with.
So that's what you were up to. I just heard all the thumping, so I had no clue what was going on.
Yeah, that version is, comprehensive. He'll be back sooner or later. Oh, whether you want him to or not, he'll be back.
It's gotta be. So what did Yuri need when she went over?
She wanted some rhyming advice, of all things.
Yuri needed to rhyme? That's weird.
I thought so, too. Maybe I'll find out why later. Only on her route, will ya?
Anything's possible. I'll see you tomorrow, Holly. Have a good day.
Now that I think about it, I'm not sure if you can see her poem on a mixed route. No, you've... It's part of her weekend exclusive. So... I'm trying to remember. You probably can, actually. Whenever you're mixing routes, things always get a little bit complicated. He always comes back. He was the man, the purple guy all along. What? It's been too long since I brushed up on my FNAF lore. Let's see. Tiff poems. Harmony. Harmony is like Tiff's defining characteristic. Oh, let's see. Rap. There you go. Dope. Is it slang or is it more? It's more. Gran is Shiro, but we're not gonna click it. He looks a little short for that. Looks a little short for what? Oh, being Afton? Or whatever. Maybe a little stout, too. How would he fit in the suits? Is ignore Tiff? She is. Or it is, yeah. Because she always feels ignored. That's why. You know, I was able to fix Tiff's, like, conehead problem on her main sprite, but as a chibi, it kind of just... It's not reconcilable, because otherwise, if I scooched this down, she would be shorter than the other chibis, and I can't really, like, make it work any other way, unfortunately. Anyway, fire. Let's see. Hazy. I would be less intimidated to see a purple Shiro walking toward me as outlandish as that already is. Are you sure? I mean, he's pretty intimidating on his own. How do you know what changing his color might affect? Her chibi hair is so curly. It's a lot easier to see how her ponytail works on the chibi, because it's always like behind her the rest of the time. But yeah, it's supposed to evoke... her design is intentionally plant-like. Like these little tufts, they're supposed to be like grass. The hair itself is supposed to be like a vine. Completely intentional. Everyone. There's a box. There's Feisty. And let's see. Compete? Yeah. Oh no, that's you. That's you. Bilingual. Yeah. Southern. Lit. Green. See, she gets emerald. She gets green. Words. Diction? Yeah. I never would have noticed the divine parallel. A good ponytail is enough for me on its own. Well, I'm glad I could point that out for you. And I'm also glad that it's not so, like, in-your-face obvious that it would hit you without someone saying it. Because I wanted it to be... I wanted to evoke that feeling without, like, being totally obvious. Although it was a bit strange, because when I've designed her, I was not conscious. I've never been, like, a fan of Terraria, and I had never seen the Dryads in that game. But they bear a striking resemblance to Tiffany, and I found that out completely by surprise one day. It's just one of those weird parallels. Rhyme. Lyric. I think stanza is a Monica word because it's more, it's less music and more like playing music. Indictment. I think it evoked in me enough. What do you mean it evoked you enough? I don't know how to interpret that statement. I think esteem is her? Yeah, we'll never know. Get to club. Okay, so Shiro. About his design, since we just commented on Tiff's design. Well, can we get another character on screen? Does Natsuki walk up and give him a hard time here? Oh yeah, she totally does, right? Yeah. So, like, whenever I was designing Shiro, I wanted him to stand out in a way similar to how Monica did in the original game. So, it wasn't at all an accident that he's facing this way instead of, like, quarter turns to the left. He's more like... I guess he is kind of quarter turns to the right, but the thing is, he's not looking at MC, he's looking at the girls, the other characters on the screen. So that's why he's turned that way. And, is that really all I had to say about it? I feel like there was more to it than that. But yeah, I wanted them... I don't know how many people noticed that per se, but like him facing a different direction is definitely intentional and meant to make him like feel out of place the way Monica did, always looking forward as opposed to the other characters, how they position themselves. There you go, that's all there was to that. I head over to see Tiffany again. Perhaps she has something more to do today. She's gently bobbing her head when I approach. I guess she's listening to some music. I'd better say something to get her attention. Hey there, Tiff, what's up?
Hallie, you're back.
Yeah, I thought I'd drop in on you again. You alright? You seem surprised.
Probably because I am. You keep catching me off guard. I'm not used to getting this kind of attention.
I always figured there was some intention behind the choice of a different direction, but my word, did I not get the meaning right until it was too late. All I did was come say hi.
I certainly don't mind, but I don't really have any plans either.
No plans? Even though you had more time to prepare?
Yeah, I'm just not in the mood for writing today. I'm feeling too lethargic. I need to get my blood pumping. That's why I was having my own little jam session over here.
This part used to be phrased a lot differently before I realized that what she does to chill her out, to mellow out, would not be compatible with her description of things. Basically, she was saying she has a hard time sitting still, which is, yeah, not exactly the effect that that would have. Now I'm thinking about it, it does feel like he is all the way on the left a lot. I also put him over there a lot so he is facing the characters, but like, obviously he can occupy any other space on the screen if he has to. It just works best if he's looking at the people he's talking to. I can tell, you're all about music, huh?
Pretty much. I'd never stop listening if I could. Once I got my groove, I just can't stop moving. Are you any good at dancing, Hallie?
Dancing? No, not at all.
You sure? Never practiced or never tried?
Mostly the latter. I've played enough rhythm games to know I suck at them. I imagine dancing wouldn't go much better.
That's no excuse. For all you know, it'd be the most fun thing ever.
I don't know about that.
Right, that's what I just said.
Even so, it's not like I have many opportunities.
Haha, maybe you just don't notice when you have them. In fact, we have a chance right here, right now.
Suddenly I'm imagining how silly it'd look if he and Natsuki were yelling at each other while keeping their backs to each other. It would look very silly, wouldn't it? Well, you think there's time to dance now?
Yeah, it's our free time, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, but...
Exactly, so let's dance.
Before I can react, Tiffany steps in close and takes my hands. Hey, what are you...
Here, let me lead since you aren't that familiar.
With that, Tiffany and I begin to waltz. At this proximity, I can smell her perfume even more strongly. You know, you can kind of see which parts I expanded the scene with, because I did like the auto-ending text box here, but not here. Eventually, they will all be auto-ending with those hyphens. With that, Tiffany and I begin to waltz. Oh yeah, I already said that. It's flowery and pleasant, but I can still detect another scent as well.
What are you two doing? We're dancing, Sayo. I can see that. Just why? Because it's fun. Do we need another reason? I guess not. Here, I'll dance too, so it's less weird.
It immediately gets so weird. You're only making it weirder.
Oh, that's right. This is lots of fun.
Ignore the fact that her bow mysteriously switches sides on her head.
Let's keep it moving, Hallie. Why dance in just one spot?
I don't know if that's... Unhearing of my concern, Tiffany leads me around the room. I guess I could probably, like, edit out her bow on the right side instead of just, like, reversing the sprite. But it's way more convenient to do it this way. I love this Sayori dance. It brings me indescribable joy. The bow is part of the dance. Yes, imagine it's just like she's dancing so hard, the bang it's on just flops to the other side of her head somehow. I stumble awkwardly, trying to keep up. She somehow maintains her composure the whole time.
Would you kindly back off?
Hey Tiff, I think our dance is upsetting Natsuki.
Seems like it. Maybe we should steal this somewhere else.
Yeah, you better. Why are you even doing this anyway?
We continue our journey through the club away from Natsuki. She just like scoots Yuri off screen. We cross the room near Shiro, who's typing away without a care.
I have no clue what you're up to, but just mind the charge cable. My laptop's plugged in.
Thanks for the heads up. As if he had jinxed it, I immediately stumble over the cable on the floor.
What did I just tell you?
I fall forward, collapsing right into Tiffany's... There's no way she didn't notice, but with me pressed up against her, she's too busy trying to stand me back up. Tiffany helps me regain my balance. I'm dying of embarrassment. Even if I survive the dance, I'm not going to have the courage to apologize for it later. I distract myself with Shiro, who's plugging the laptop back in. The cable must have popped out. So sorry about that.
That's alright, you didn't hurt anything. I warned you for your own sake.
Shiro reattaches the cable as we continue on our way. Eventually we find ourselves close to where we started. Tiff, do you plan on going much longer, or...?
Hold on, this song's almost done.
I hadn't noticed, but Tiffany was wearing her earbuds this whole time. No wonder she kept up the beat so well. It's then that I feel someone tap me on the shoulder.
Mind if I step in? Oh, a challenger approaches.
And then they just dance around.
Hey, you're pretty good at this. I've done my share before.
That spin is so dumb, but I added it anyway.
Dang, Mona, you've got some moves. I'm only as good as my dance partner. Well, hey, thank you. I guess we better call it here. Sorry if that bothered any of y'all.
No big deal.
That's all right.
I had fun. Just don't make a habit out of it.
Don't worry, I won't.
Any particular song she was listening to? Nope, you can insert any song you like into that. I just kind of went with it. I felt no need to specify what type of music she might be listening to. Presumably a rap?
As for you, Hallie, you will rap, you've got no rhythm at all. But thanks so much for dancing anyway. Haha.
The spin adds some energy, so I'd say it's all good. It's meant to communicate, like, what Monica did to end the dance. She did send her spinning, just silly. It looks so dumb the way Renpai does it. Ugh, you're welcome. I feel pretty awkward, but Tiffany enjoyed herself and it was kind of fun. Where did you learn to dance like that? Tiff's dancing scene is so fun. Definitely one of my favorite exclusives in the mod. Oh, I'm glad you like it so much.
A few places. Some of it was dance lessons when I was little, but I picked up a lot practicing on my own, and I've been to public dances before. I sure didn't get them from my rhythm games, though they help with endurance.
I've had no useful experience from any of those sources.
I could tell. Even so, it was nice to have a partner for a change.
It might have helped if I could hear the music, though I doubt it. This would be so awkward to be MC or be someone else in the club, but my goodness is it a fun scene. Yeah, it's so out of place, but I thought it was a lot of fun, and like, kind of shows Tiff has like a carefree personality. Or maybe she's like more open to doing this sort of thing when she's, you know. What were you listening to anyway?
Well,
Was it rap then?
yeah.
Still self-conscious about that. Okay, so I confirmed in this extended version of the scene it was a rap song. There you go, Seth.
Not as if it changed overnight.
Why are you so worried about it? Is it just because of the themes like you said, or?
Well, it's just kind of typical, you know. I don't want people to get the wrong idea about me.
Oh, it happened anyway.
I can't help what I like, but if I go around showing it off...
So what? If people are gonna judge you for that, it's on them. I mean, I'm a borderline otaku, and I don't let that stop me from liking anime.
I don't think you fit the bill on that one.
The point is, to heck with it, what people think. It's not their place to say what you should or shouldn't enjoy.
There's a little more to it than that. It's not just that I like rap, but my tastes in it are kind of weird.
Weird? Like how?
I already told you the subjects I'm not fond of, and that covers a lot of rap. But the stuff I do like, it's, silly stuff, wholesome and innocent. Can you see why that's a bit embarrassing?
Okay, that makes a little more sense. But even so, there's still nothing wrong with that. Your taste may not be cool by most people's standards, but that's fine. If you enjoy it, no one else's opinion matters.
You're too kind, Hallie. That's a good way of looking at it.
Tiffany settles down with a smile. I'm glad I could help her feel less worried about her interests. Even so, I know it's easier said than done. I think back to admitting I like manga on my first day here. Maybe it's something Tiffany and I can work on together. Before any more can be said, Monica makes her next announcement. Alrighty. Moving along. We've only got like 8 minutes left in this stream, but we'll do what we can with it. We'll probably just finish up Tiff's route next time, and then we'll get on to somebody else's. Yeah, we gotta side with Tiffany. Tiff's right. This isn't how his club should be at all. It's supposed to be a place where we come together and have a good time. Natsuki, I get that you're worried, but calling out Shiro isn't the way to fix that. It only creates more conflict.
He has a point, Natsu. If something's wrong, we should just talk it out instead. Do you want to try again? Calmly this time.
So, a note about this scene that we're about to enjoy is that Tiffany is the only one who gets this particular outcome from Natsuki. She, like, there's the reason Natsuki started this whole thing is because she's trying to defend Yuri and all that, but there's like an underlying problem to it besides, and Tiffany is the only one who's able to draw that out of her, because like with Harmony being like Tiffany's defining characteristic, it's like in her peacemaking nature to be like able to communicate with people in this way. She can like disarm even someone as like spiky as Natsuki and like get to the root of problems. Natsuki pauses for a while, but appears a lot less tense than she was before. Eventually, she finds her voice again and continues.
All right, once more, calmly. I'm worried that... It's okay, come on, speak up. I just feel like the mood here is different now. I guess having new members was more of an adjustment than I expected. It's just got me kind of on edge is all.
It feels like there's something Natsuki's leaving unstated, but her concern seems genuine regardless. Let's see. Who knew this midweek conflict was such a multifaceted issue underneath? They usually are. Yep. Like, Natsuki is legitimately worried for Yuri this whole time, but like this is really the thing that's been eating at her the most. It's that the club has changed and she doesn't know how to deal with it, and it's just been causing her extra anxiety on top of everything else she usually deals with. Poor Natsuki.
That's understandable, Natsu. When you're used to things being one way, it can be very upsetting when they change. I should know. I felt like my whole world was upside down when my family first moved here.
The fun irony of this, with it, like, not being pegged as America and Japan, is that Japan is more or less like the opposite end of the world from Virginia, where she used to live. Thinking on it, Natsuki is the one who's least used to having new people join. Yeah, I guess so, because she was the newest member until MC, huh?
Well, that change isn't always a bad thing. It can be scary, but sometimes it's just unfamiliar. You may even find you liked it better once you've gotten used to it. So don't feel bad for getting anxious. It's only natural. Yeah, I guess you're right. I can't complain about the mood if I'm making it like this. I let my paranoia get the better of me. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have lashed out. And thanks for trying to help, Tiff. Anytime, Natsu.
Natsuki walks away to get her things. The club meeting is almost over. And yeah, this is kind of a thing that also distinguishes Tiff from Monica and Sayori, because, like, one of the criticisms of Tiff, and I feel it's a fine criticism, I'm not bringing this up to be like, no, it's not true. It's that she's kind of a mashup of Sayori and Monica to a degree. But, like, I think there's plenty of things that make her distinct. I'm not really concerned about that. But, like, her selflessness does parallel Sayori's in a way. But where Sayori has her own approach to resolving conflicts, Tiff, I would say, is actually, like, a little better at it, because she can get to well, like I said, to the root of problems and, like, help people get things off of their chests, whereas Sayori is more, like, better at ending conflicts, not so much resolving them, is how I would describe it, I think. Natsuki walks away to get her things. The club meeting is almost over.
Well, Tiff, I'm impressed. You handled that really well. Oh, it was nothing at all. I just want everyone to get along, same as you. Well, I thought I could have had the same effect, so thank you.
Incidentally, Monica has the opposite effect. The club members are also surprisingly multifaceted. Being similar isn't being the same.
No problem. Have a good day, Moni.
Tiffany goes to get her stuff as well. Everyone's preparing to leave for the day. I really enjoy watching Natsuki warm up to Tiff in their different moments together. Yeah, she's just good at that. Oh, we got out of reading, but we're not going to get out of writing a poem.
Do you have a good time dancing with Tiff?
Kinda. I'm not really much of a dancer.
You look like you were having fun.
So did you, dummy.
Yeah, because I was having fun, meanie. Anyway, I guess she was good enough for both of you, huh?
What do you mean?
Well, she was so graceful. It looked like she did a nice job leading you.
Huh, I guess I hadn't noticed. Yeah, she did steer pretty well. Especially with how I was stumbling around.
At least she was able to cushion your fall.
Oh god, you noticed that?
I'm not sure anyone could miss it.
I didn't mean it was an accident, so...
Don't worry, I forgive you. Just try not to get crabby when you dance with other women, okay?
Kill me. I didn't do anything intentionally. It was an accident.
I know, I'm just messing with you. See you tomorrow, okay?
I think she says something different if you're not her boyfriend, but it's still just funny to me. Oh, we didn't need to save this. I kind of want to just do the poem so we can just jump right into her final exclusive next time. Let's say represent, esteem, innocent, equality. No, not recompense, lingo. Recompense is a Monica word. For reasons I don't feel like I need to explain. Green, butterflies, rhyme, drawl. She doesn't really have a drawl, but it's like mild, kind of there. Everyone. Vocal. Let's see. Purple. We got green and purple in the same poem. How fitting. Is vocabulary her? Yeah, it is. She gets a lot of words. If that makes sense. Dope. Lit. Feisty. I'm not sure we have a TIFF word here. How about confidence? Nope. I guess that makes sense. She's actually not confident at all. What was I thinking? Alright, chance. And periwinkle. I don't actually know if her eyes are periwinkle. I should probably look up what the color periwinkle and figure that out. It's one of those colors that I know exists, but I never remember what it actually is. Chillax, and that's our final TIFF poem. Our final normal TIFF poem. Anyway, I think that is as good a place to call it as any. So that's going to do it for this one. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And we'll catch you on Tuesday if all goes well with more Take-Two. Hope to see you then. Bye-bye.